Welcome, everyone, for another Funday Sunday molding session. Welcome. How's everybody doing today? How is everybody doing? Don't say I'm muted. I'm not muted. I know I'm not muted, chat. You're not fooling anybody. Hello, everybody. Hello. How is everybody's weekend? Here you go. Let me help you down, honey. You say hi to the stream first. Hi, honey. Say hi to the stream. I know you have to go find somewhere else to nap. I know. I understand. Everyone say hi to Star. Star, say hi. No? Okay. Really quick. Yeah, you're seeing her length. She's very long. She's very long. She does not like being held. Being held is not her favorite thing. She's trying to get away. But you're going to enjoy this just for a minute. The beatings will continue until morale improves.
A hunter must hunt.
Hey.
Now, if you didn't want to be held like a baby, you shouldn't have been baby-sized. You should have thought of that. Does Chad agree with me on that? If she didn't want to be held like this, she shouldn't have been the size of a baby. She shouldn't have been that size. That's her choice. Okay, all right, go. Okay. Juicy Potato was sick. Dude, I didn't even know that existed. I legitimately had no idea that even existed prior to the stream. Like, obviously I knew the potato exploits, but I thought the rogue potato was still the most up-to-date one. So that was whoever, I don't remember who pointed that out in chat, but I appreciate it. Because I didn't even know it existed. That was apparently an unintended route. Perhaps the box creator didn't even know. But that, I mean, I feel like it was Decroy. Okay, well, he did a good job. Because again, it was like, Juicy Potato that Juicy Potato been out for like 12 days. Like, it'd been really recent. I'm struggling with Cryptid Room. So many clues. Which room is that? Is that in Try Hack Me? Maybe we could do that one, me 2020, if you guys want to. I have legitimately no idea what I want to do today. Today's Funday Sunday, so we traditionally just wing it on Funday Sunday. I don't know what we're going to do. What's the difference? I still haven't read the blog post. Embarrassingly, I still have not read the blog post of what makes Juicy Potato NG different from Juicy Potato. There is a blog post on it, but I still don't know what it is because I have not yet read it. Okay, let's get rid of all of this. Okay, there we go. New Google CTF, the one related to the hacking series they released on YouTube. Yeah, try Hack Me Cryptid. I have not heard of Cryptid. Is that a new room? 5 new cult initiates. Red Mountain, Bit Stuffing, Master Shakes, Daniel, and Veruso. You've been indoctrinated by Experos. Thank you so much, Experos. I really do appreciate support of the stream. I don't ask for it, but I do appreciate it when it comes because a lot of you guys just love to support me, and I appreciate that deeply. Thank you so much. Experos with the 11 months as well. 11-month indoctrination. Slayer X with the 7 months. Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back to you and Experos. Oh. You're saying it's new? Okay, all right. Well, again, I've not heard of it. I haven't heard anything about it. So, if it's new, we perhaps can do a new one. I mean, it doesn't matter to me if it's new or not. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. We did Takedown. That was brand new, just like last week, a week ago. And if you haven't seen that stream, that's a really interesting one. I recommend going back and watching that stream. The VOD is still on Twitch, so take a look at that stream. We take on Husky's Box Takedown. I mean, I guess I found it easier than I expected. But that's because I'm a red teamer, so I kind of know like what they're likely to do. Like for example, when we were trying to talk to the API, we're trying to talk to the C2 framework. I was like, oh well, it's probably filtering by user agent or something, because that's a really common thing for red team frameworks to do, is to insert some kind of some kind of special user agent or custom HTTP header is what we often use at work. to determine if what's talking to us is one of our beacons or if it's the blue team trying to poke at us. You found it easier? Yeah, I found it. I found it easier because I'm a red teamer, so I know the kind of things he's likely to do. I was not expecting to see a root kit for the privesc, so that was surprising. But that was pretty neat. I liked it. Reaper Grim with the 6 months. Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. Well, the only thing I really don't want to do today is Hack the Box. We did Hack the Box last stream, so I want to do something that isn't Hack the Box. I'm open to recommendations. What are you talking about now? Nothing. We're not talking about anything. We're just getting the stream started. I guess the new box is blue teamer because it's already compromised. Let me look at it. Let me look at it really quick. This cryptid. Okay. Let me take a look-see. Let's do some Linux. Oh, Maticus Maximus is the only one who chatted wants to see Linux machines, I see. No Hack the Box today just because we did Hack the Box last stream. I like to change it up. I like to mix it up. Keep it fresh. Keep it interesting. Okay, I'm not seeing cryptid. Okay, what's it called? I'm looking on TryHackMe. It's called Cryptid. I'm not seeing any room by that name. Why are you making me log in again? Yeah, I see the link. I'm doing it. Hang on a sec. I forgot I opened it in an incognito window. That would explain it. It says room not found. For me, it says room not found. Let me just... Is this like a special room? Am I not allowed in? Am I not cool enough? Oh no, there it is. If I just click, like, do 2 dreads, make a blue. Wait, why didn't I see this on the incognito window? I logged into TryHackMe. Here, just, let's take a look at it. Let's paste this in. Room cryptid. There it is. I don't know why I couldn't... it said room not found before. I must have copied and pasted incorrectly or something. Is this blue team stuff? What is this? Okay, well, O'Day has rooted it. Name a more iconic duo, O'Day and getting, like, he didn't actually get blood though, so. Ryan here is just completely cracked. This guy's out of control. I met him at DEF CON. He's crazy. Really nice dude too.
3D, so happy I found your channel. Thanks for all the great content.
Adreema, thanks so much for the 6 months, my man. Or woman. Welcome back to the All Has Red team. Appreciate it. I'm glad to have you in the stream. Check my portal on Friday and pass my OSCP. Nice, good week. We should do a red team box. It must have some crazy reverse engineering. I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about this machine. Decrypt the data within the compromised machine. Okay, wait, what do we have to do? What's the lore? Defaced, destroyed. We can never seem to uncover who they truly are. Okay, so they're hacking the mainframe. Oh my goodness. AHP Nils? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Thank you so much for the raid, my friend. Thank you so much. Welcome in. We're just getting the stream started. We're trying to figure out what we want to hack today. We're trying to figure it out. Do we want to do this box? I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. You know what? Let's start a poll here.
A hunter must hunt.
All right, get your votes in. Let's do some red team stuff. What? I don't even know what that would mean. We do red team stuff all the time on this stream. Chad B. New bringing AHP Nils into the cult. Welcome back to the All Has Red team. Welcome to the All Has Red team, my friend. Thank you again for the raid. AHP Nils gives me the follow, and Hodor on TV. Thanks for the follow as well. With a C2 framework involved? Well, I guess we could continue with Wreath. We could continue with Wreath. We never actually finished Wreath, did we? We were doing that on Newbie Tuesday, but it got a little bit beyond what I like to keep Newbie Tuesday to, so we could do Wreath if you wanted to. Everyone zones out. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Adrema! My goodness! With new cult initiates. Thank you so much, Graham Moore, Soul Seizure, Make It Please, Make It Piss, Atomova, and Zonifer. Welcome to the All Has Red team. /follow, thank you for the follow. Sneaky Gamer, good to have you in the chat. We could do Wreath. It just feels like, I don't know, it feels like I get less engagement with Wreath. I mean, I can still do it. I don't really care, but I'll do it if you guys want to see it. What do you guys want to see? It looks like lots of votes for the Proving Grounds. Man, we're going to run out of boxes in the Proving Grounds pretty soon.
Here to get rid of some of these smooth parts in my brain.
Zestfully Clean, we just did AD we did AD 2 streams in a row. Like, we did Tuesday and Thursday, we did Active Directory. You people cannot get enough Active Directory. Like, we want to see Wrinkly Brain? Well, we're always going to see Wrinkly Brain, okay? This is what you're here to see. You're here to see Wrinkly Brain, and also when I'm a smooth brain as well. G-Nade with the 14 months, welcome back. What's important is that I am not a line 8 person. There are two types of people. There are people that need line 8, and there are people that don't. I do not need line 8, fellas. Technique, bringing us Bassmaster Z, Hachapa, RWX, SLY, H Musa, and Teaser. Welcome to the All Has Red team, my friends. Thanks for supporting the stream. New PG, thank you for the follow. You needed line 8? I did not need line 8. I demonstrated clearly and consistently that I did not mean line 8. What do you mean by Proving Grounds? So Proving Grounds is one of the platforms we often do on this stream. I demonstrated line 8, but I didn't want to do line 8, and even if I had not even known it was there, I still would have rooted the box. Because I didn't need it, because reading is for nerds. I demonstrated cleanly that you people that actually read the code and read line 8, you people are nerds, okay? You're nerds, all right? Reading is for nerds. We've established this. All right, so Proving Grounds 1. So we're going to do Proving Grounds. Let's start with the Proving Grounds. Are we talking about Scrambled? Yeah, briefly. Yeah. Let me log into Proving Grounds. We can only stream Proving Grounds play. That is correct. Offensive Security thus far has said they don't really want me streaming their paid content. If you would like to see their paid I would love to do. I would love to do the Proving Grounds practice. I would buy a subscription to do Proving Grounds practice if they would allow me. So maybe ask them on Twitter if they'll let me do it. One of these days, we're actually going to get logged in. Okay, they wanted my email address instead. Okay, here we go. Could you do a Patreon series for Proving Grounds? What do you mean? What do you mean Patreon series? I've done almost all these boxes on stream for free. I don't see a need to charge for it. Okay, I swear to God, every single time I come in here, they've changed the... Okay, here we go. We're going to click on this. Very intuitively, click on just a random box. System maintenance on Tuesday. We're good. Okay, alright. Alright, so which one? We have 5 boxes remaining. We have 5 boxes remaining that we can do. So... Alright, let's get it going. The new UI is ass. It's not that it's ass, it's just that they keep changing it. I feel like every single time I come in. Oh, can we... Is there a dark mode? Wait a minute. Is there a dark mode? I mean, my eyeballs are being seared out of my head just like the rest of you. Oh, here we go. Dark mode. Perfect. Oh my god, it's so different. Oh, man.
FBI, open up!
Why are the FBI coming for dark mode? Don't know. There's nothing more American than dark mode, okay? Drifting Blues 6. There we go. Get the votes in. Can we get so lucky to have a buff on this hard box? I mean, I've been avoiding doing the buffer overflows, but if I have to struggle a little bit, you guys like to see that, so I guess I'm okay with it. I've kind of just edged off of like really trying to avoid that stuff actively. You hacked the HTML? How did I... What? With what? What, by choosing the dark mode? Fine, you know what? We'll turn it back on. Just for that. Just for that, chat. Look, just to keep the FBI happy, we're turning it back on. Yes, yes, yeah, now you're all like, what the hell? Now you're, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now, this is much better this way. Yep, it's much better this way, isn't it? I don't even have to look at it. It's only the Alright, I'm changing it back, alright. Alright. Just be aware. I'm gonna start running ads when chat pisses me off. When chat is rude, I'm just gonna start running ads. Getting flashbacks to light mode terminal stream. Oh my god, you remember that? Yeah, there was a short-lived period on my chat where there was a channel point redemption to toggle light and dark mode, and the whole stream was just people fighting over, like there was like 2 or 3 people that just wanted to troll everybody by having light mode on, so they kept changing it. It was just a whole channel points war. You're aware of the fact that you cannot control the ads at all? Yeah, I can run ads if I want to. What, you want to see? Okay, well if you want to see? There you go. You can see. So if you're watching this right now, it's because you have ad blocker on, much like I do. So we'll wait for another 15 seconds for everyone to come back to me. Laughs in paid sub? Yes. Laughs in paid sub, indeed. Twitch ads are cringe? Oh, I completely agree. Like, it's... It is incredible to me how invasive Twitch ads are coming. Doesn't everyone have ad block these days? All the best people do, yes. I agree. Twitch has the most invasive like ads. I've actually considered moving to YouTube before. But the problem is that the YouTube chat experience is just not as fun. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I don't think you guys would have as good of a time in YouTube chat as you do in Twitch chat. Wait, which poll won? Who won the poll? I'm sorry, I didn't see. Mods, who won the poll? Tie? Oh, for fuck's sake. Every time with a tie. What was it a tie between? Djinn and DC9. Okay, we'll do, let's warm up on DC9, I guess. Alright, tell you what, we'll do a coin flip, okay? We'll do a coin flip. We'll use this coin that I constantly play with on my desk. If you get the frog is heads, and the Academy seal is tails, okay? So we'll do it. So heads is Djinn3, and tails is DC9, okay? All right. So I have not looked.
A hunter must hunt.
Is it the frog? It's the frog, isn't it? It's the frog. So heads was we get heads, so we're doing Djinn. We good with that? We good with that? All right, we'll do Djinn. We're starting it up. Oh God, I forgot again. Heartbreaking. Okay, I need to connect to the. I always forget that I can't start the box until I'm connected to the VPN. Otherwise, what a great start. Shut up. I have to connect to the Proving Grounds VPN. Professional Red Team or Keck W. Okay. Rude. Oh my God, why? I like how I tell it to shut down the Kali Linux instance and it just minimizes it. Man, chat is sassy today. Chat is always sassy. Proving Grounds version of the in-browser attack box is leaps and bounds better than TryHackMe. At least it's an actual Kali Linux machine. For whatever reason, TryHackMe uses fucking Ubuntu. Jackie Olsen with the 6 months. Welcome back, my friend. All right, is this going to connect? I feel like it's not connecting. It is not. Let me re-download my VPN file. Okay, we downloaded it. Okay, we downloaded it. Downloads. Cut that. Music is a touch loud. Okay, thank you. Let me turn it down. If I can find the window, it's opening. There we go. Can we get an FTL stream? Oh my God, I haven't played FTL in forever. I haven't actually played FTL in a long time. I used to be like, I wouldn't say I was like a pro FTL player, but I was pretty good. Like I'd beaten it on hard with all the ships. Like that's what I mean. That's as close to a pro as you can get, I guess, in FTL. What's FTL? It's faster than light. It is an indie. It's an indie game, roguelike. Do you play with pros? Yes. I have watched streams of people playing without pause, but I do not have that. I do not have that. I'm not that fast. So I guess I was not professional if you count if you count the no pause people as professionals. What am I? Is it Proving Grounds? There it is. Paste this in. Yeah, the guys who play without pause are fucking nuts. I can't. That game is extremely hard. Like even if you're playing on normal mode, or even easy mode, the first couple of times, you're just gonna get absolutely fucking gobsmacked. Because you don't know what to do. You don't know any of the stuff. Until you figure out what to do, you fucking have no idea what to do in that game. Like, game kind of just throws you to the wolves on that. But the learning experience is where the fun is. Yeah, the flagship is just gonna clap your fucking cheeks the first time you get there. There we go. We are now connected to the VPN. Okay, let's switch to here. Can we get this clippy sound on your soundboard for what chat is trying to suggest?
At
No chat,
Mr.
no.
Streamer, may we get the clippy sound on your soundboard for when chat is trying to suggest a poor suggestion?
We already
No
have
chat,
that.
no.
We already have that. That's just me saying, yo, no chat, no. we already have. I can already I'm perfectly capable of chastising chat without my soundboard, okay? Until you figure out what to do, you're gonna have no idea what to do. My point is, there's no tutorial. Le dry potato. There's no tutorial or anything like that. So the game just kind of throws you to the dogs. You're just supposed to just start playing it and figure it out as you go. Much like hacking. And until you figure out what's overpowered, you're probably not going to have a good time in the game. Like, for example, you can go the tried and true 4 flak ones. Like, and also, by the way, also you have to know, like, how to hedge your bets. Like, you never know what the game is going to give you. You kind of just have to make do with what the game gives you. So there's only a few mechanics in the game that are basically just always overpowered and you always want them. Like, for example, cloaking and hacking are always overpowered and you always want them. Cloaking and hacking always are good. Like, all the time. But in all other situations, most of the other weapons, other than maybe Burst Laser Mark II, Burst Laser Mark II is really good, basically all the time. But yeah, but my point is, you basically just have to know, like, what kind of ship you're working with, and try to work with that kind of ship. If you get the 4 flak ones is kind of the meme. 4 flak ones is always fucking hilarious because it's insanely good. 4 flak ones, you literally can just AFK the flagship. That's how dumb it is. If you get 4 flak ones, you could just AFK the flagship and you don't have to do anything, as long as you have like 3 shields and stuff. Okay, maybe shoot at the missiles. Okay, 4 flak ones, shoot at the missiles first, and then you'll AFK. And other than that, you'll AFK the flagship. Gambit with the 12 months. Welcome back, my friend. Oreo Bite with the 69. Nice. Tiggle bitties. Oh, I have to change the box as well. We are doing Proving Grounds. Was this Djinn? Djinn3. On easy mode, you could probably AFK the flagship with 4 flak ones, but those missiles will fuck you up on the harder difficulties. Nope, hello from John Hammond, Fortnite Chapter 3. Just can't hear. Can you hear me now? Oh, you can't hear the music? I turned it down quite a bit. It's just in a quiet section there. If it's actually John Hammond, hi John. But John has an actual Twitch account, and we know each other. Me and John are friends, so like he does lurk and stream from time to time. He has been known to lurk and stream. No, it's Proving Grounds. Mukter Djinn3. Okay. Move. Prelim. To Djinn3. T-Marks new TAC S. Okay. Oh, you know, Maticus, you'll be happy to hear that Sigrun clapped my cheeks in a whole new way yesterday. I just decided to do a quick run-through of God of War again because I simply cannot wait for November 9th. Like, I'm absolutely losing my fucking mind waiting for November 9th. I'm seriously, like, I'm actually coming apart a little bit, waiting for November 9th. And I was just like, fuck it, we'll do. I've never done a run with the Zeus armor, so we'll wear the Zeus armor this time. We'll do a run through. So if you don't know, the Zeus armor is in God of War, is a special armor that's exclusive to New Game Plus, and wearing it drastically increases your damage, but it also drastically increases the damage that enemies do to you. So it essentially makes you into a. If you wear all the pieces of the Zeus armor, it essentially makes you a complete glass cannon. You can't take more than 2 or 3 hits, even from full HP. And Sigrun, the hardest boss in the game, absolutely kills you with literally everything. Literally everything she does will kill you in 1 hit. Literally every single move, if it hits you, will kill you in 1 hit. And for those who don't know, in New Game Plus, they change Sigrun and the rest of the Valkyries. Yeah, let's hack. Let's start doing stuff. They change Sigrun and the rest of the Valkyries. They change the timings on their attacks. They change the combos that they do. Sometimes they'll have longer combos. Like, for example, some of the projectiles that the Valkyries shoot out, instead of just being blockable by the shield, there'll be some that are blockable by the shield and some that you have to dodge. Like, it's just more complicated. So Sigrun, in a mode that she could absolutely just fucking one-shot me with everything she did, like, gave me the fucking ringer for like an hour or two. Like, absolutely clapped my goddamn cheeks. It was rough. Valhalla was absolutely a death sentence. It was sucky. They've changed the timing on it so that if you get the timing wrong, you are fucked. Like you were absolutely fucked. And again, Valhalla it was so fast. I swear to God, they cut down on the time that they on that attack. God damn it. Anyway, November 9th is when God of War Ragnarok comes out, and I'm extremely excited and not managing it well. That's what I'm trying to say. So, do we have a Python debug? Is this the WorkZug debug console? Because if so, I've seen this before. Let's look at... This actually looks fucking familiar. This looks super familiar. I feel like I've seen this before. Have I done this box on stream? I don't think I have. I'm pretty sure I have not done this box on stream. I hadn't submitted the flags, that's for sure, so. Let's take a look-see. Let's see what we got at port 80. Oh god, this looks super familiar. Why does this look so familiar? Okay, so all these links lead to nowhere. This looks super familiar to me for some reason. I don't know why. I'm having serious deja vu. Did you do photobomb yet? No, I didn't. Yesterday, I just didn't feel like doing... I took a day off yesterday. I took a day away from streams. I rooted it in less than an hour. Well, I heard it was easy. But I was not there. I just didn't really feel like doing Hack the Box yesterday. I have to take a day sometimes. Between my job has been very demanding lately. Like, I'm working very long hours trying to keep up at my job. And I'm also going through job interviews, which is also complicated. I've got a job interview I'm super nervous for on Wednesday that I'm kind of wigging out about a little bit. I just took a day. I just took a day on Saturday. Okay, so there's basically nothing on this stream. These links don't lead anywhere. There's a port 5000 as well. Oh my god, this looks so familiar. Maybe I've just seen this CMS before, but... Add authentication mechanism. Okay, so one thing you want to try for is whenever you see WorkZug has a debug console. Okay. It's 1.0.1, so it's not even protected by the... It's not even protected by the, by a pin. 0.1.1. Yeah, it's not protected by a pin. It's an old version. Where do I have to browse to see workzug debug? It said, like... Is it just in debug? Not found. Oh, here we go. Console. It's not debug, it's console. Not found. Okay, so it's not enabled. Not enabled, it appears. Okay, so the next thing I would want to try, that's the first thing I'd want to try. And then we see this ID parameter, so then naturally I want to put a single quote in there. Uh-oh. Rut-row raggy. That's gonna be a rut-row raggy for me, fellas. So possibly a little Bobby Tables we're dealing with here. Possibly a little Bobby Tables. We tried it with the single quote. Let's try it with like a parentheses and a single quote. Maybe just the parentheses. Try it with a double quote, maybe? Nope. Watch it be blind. It could be blind. Why don't we just let SQL map figure it out? SQL map. Do what you need to do. Good luck with everything. Hey, I appreciate it, man. The thing is, remember that I do have a full-time job, and again, it is fourth quarter right now, and I'm sure as those who are in consulting know, those who are in cybersecurity consulting, fourth quarter is always a fucking mess. I'm sure Tiberius is dealing with it right now. Q4 is an absolute fucking disaster. Because that's when everyone realizes that the year is coming to an end, and they've got to use up all their security budgets. So that's when they want all their pen tests. All the pen tests have to happen in the last 3 months of the year. It's a huge pain in the ass. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. And then I'm trying to stream. At the same time, and I'm also having job interviews. So yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot going on. So yesterday I just decided to play video games. Alrighty, so we're just going to see if ID is injectable, and meanwhile, let's go ahead and look around the rest of the site. All these just link to different IDs. So we're going to probably want to also run wfuzz here to see all of these IDs. We might have an so you see that this one is ID 2792. It links to ID 2792. This one is 4557, but there might be other IDs, right? There might be other IDs. I tried it without quotes, Tibbs. I tried it without quotes. It still didn't work. There might be other IDs. What would that be? What would that entail? Like, what kind of vulnerability would that be if there were IDs here that were not linked on the page? Yeah, an IDOR. It'd be an IDOR vulnerability. An insecure direct object reference. This is incredibly common. You see this all the time in the wild. This is one of the most common things that you'll see in the wild, honestly. Very, very, very common. So we're definitely going to want to look for that. Let's do a wfuzz. We can do, thankfully, I don't have to remember the wfuzz syntax. So we can do wfuzz 1 to 10,000. Because we see that, let's just do 1 to 10,000 for right now. Just take the threads away as well. Just let wfuzz choose for us. What are you doing? She's doing something in there. Probably something she knows she's not supposed to do. But fuzz right there. We'll see what we get with wfuzz. Wait, whoa. So we're getting slightly different responses? Oh, those are the payloads. My bad. We're getting 290 characters for... So we're going to hide characters 290. Okay. So now WFuzz is going to find all of the sites, all of the IDs that return something that is not the internal... That is not the, whatever, let's see what it returns for ID 1. It is not internal server error, okay? Luckily, it's, what's the American Football, AFL? I don't know what you mean by AFL, but yeah, the American Football League is not what we're, not an aspect here. Mind breaking down the... Okay, so Tibbs is already doing it for you, Dai. But it's basically when... It's basically when a parameter is calling a particular part of the web page, and you're only supposed to be able to access certain ones that are being linked to, but you can just change the parameter yourself. That would be an access, for example, let's say, for example, that this web page accepted a user ID or something to load a user profile or something, and it put your ID, and our ID obviously is going to be 6969. Okay, but let's say that we just put user ID 1 in there, and then we were able to load the details of another user. For instance, that would be an IDOR. 2792. Let's see if that's being add authentication. Default user guest from the ticket creation service. Oh, this one says it's open. So maybe we need to go looking for the ticket creation service. Postgres. Error while updating Postgres series. So we believe it's probably Postgres SQL on the back end. Jack will temporarily limit handling the risk limit UI. Update the user information. Complete the honeypot project. Okay. 8345. So all of these, all the ones that WFuzz has found are just the ones that are linked on the page. So we do see that there's default guest user for the ticket creation service, but we probably need to... Let's do 10,000 to 20,000. Let's go with that. Yeah, the tickets may have good info in them. It's possible. This one especially is interesting. Remove all the default users that exists in the ticket creation services. It could be really hazardous to leave any entry point for unexpected guests. Adding checks for the complexity of the password. Okay, so we're probably going to have to run GoBuster as well then. Because I don't think we've found... God, we can call this... we can call this web server Riley Reed because we're just fucking pounding her. Jesus. SQL map is running. Hopefully it can take all of this. It can take it all. Can it take it all is the question that we need to ask. Let's turn down the threads. We need to take away the PHP. Just TXT and HTML. Oh, I didn't check robots.txt, did I? Should probably check that. Robots.txt, not found. Let's try it on the regular web page. Not found. Okay. Any good resources on pen testing a Kubernetes cluster? Yeah, Hacktricks. Search for it on Hacktricks. You have a bad port in GoBuster? Oh, yeah. You're right. I do. Thank you. Nmap actually checks robots.txt for me. If you run nmap with TACSC, it'll automatically check for robots.txt. So technically, I've always checked before chat has told me to. Is there a point in doing extensions with WorkZug? Probably not. TXT and HTML, there might be text files or HTML files. Do you use seclist words lists? In CTFs, I typically go with this one. In real life, I'll usually go with seclist word lists. I usually run more than one word list in real life. And I usually go with seclists ones. You ever see any .back files? Yes, Burp finds those, though, so I don't really worry about them. The Burp scanner. I obviously don't run the Burp scanner on stream, but off stream I use the Burp scanner quite a bit, and it automatically checks for those, so it's not in my workflow. Complete a honeypot, update user information. Jack? Okay, we have a potential username there. Make sure to mark that down as well. Do you use custom burp scans? I just use ActiveScan++. I use ActiveScan++, and if I think a page is particularly interesting, I'll right-click on it and have it scan at that page in particular. I've been using Feroxbuster lately. It's really nice. My only issue with Feroxbuster is it tends to generate too many threads if there are too many subdirectories. And also, there was one time when I was using it in a... There was one time I was using Feroxbuster in Try Hack Me's King of the Hill, and it didn't find something that I really needed to see. And so I've had a vendetta with Feroxbuster ever since. Let's take a look at all of these. Authentication. Mostly just looking for anything that let's just make sure that we lay eyes on all of these. Jack. Oh, now we have Jason, David, and Freddy. Ever fired or resigned? It would be nice if we can remove their accounts and privileges from the system. So we could try some password spraying with these. Because they're probably old, it's probably hinting at their old accounts. Honeypot coming next week. Okay. Were there any other ports open? SQL Map is still... This is one nice thing I like about SQL Map. I like to just run it and have it running in the background while I look at other things. Oh, there is a port 31337 here. And it looks like... there's something kind of custom thing. Some kind of custom dealio here. Netcat. That's probably where the buffer overflow is. If there is a buffer overflow, I can expect that that is where it will show up. 31337. Test. Authentication failed. Yeah, buffer overflow almost certainly. This is like quintessential, like if you're making a shitty buffer overflow thing, this is like quintessential where you would see it. So we can do Python 3, taxi, print, A times 5,000. Let's just send 5,000 A's to this thing. What do you know? Okay. Maybe it's not a buffer overflow. Okay, never mind. Or maybe it's a maybe it's a buffer overflow in some function that's not the username or password. If it was a buffer overflow, it probably would be. Yeah, let's try username Jack first. Jack? No. Let's just try a couple of these. Freddy. So if it was a buffer overflow, we would have probably expected to see this crash. I put in the we could do the username Jack and then put the buffer in. Why would that matter? Yeah, it's still like we would see the program crash. If it we would see the program crash if it was you would see the program crash if it was a buffer overflow. You'd likely see a seg fault. Well, we probably wouldn't see the seg fault. We might actually, but it depends on how the thing is coded. Maybe 5000 ace is not the password. Yeah, you know what? I didn't actually think of that, but it's possible that 5000 ace is not the password. That is true. That is true. It is possible. Have you tried directory traversal? There's nowhere to try directory traversal. Like there's only that ID parameter. There's only that ID parameter. I guess we could do like ID equals. You could do like we could try like something like this. But it seems like that ID parameter is expecting an integer, not a string. Yeah, so we don't get anything with that. It does have a get parameter. We obviously can try that. That's fine. But it hasn't returned anything. Let's see. Well, we tried some of the other accounts. They did say that the guest account. I'm just looking at here. I'll move it over here so you can see. So there was Jack, Jason, David, and Freddy. But they also mention a guest account. Is there anything else here that I should be aware of? Pin, console. We tried console. Okay. I guess we could try. GoBuster has not found the ticket service, has it? No. Do we have anything with... Okay, it's still going. If you do level equals 5 and risk equals 3, it's going to take a long-ass time. Which is fine, because... so let's do... They said there was a guest account, so we could try guest. Okay. I guess I should have just led with that. But Mr. Streamer, this is so unrealistic. Dude, this is so common. Like, you see me do this on every single fucking... Windows machine. What is the first thing I do on a Windows machine after the Nmap scan? I do crackmap exec, and then I look for null sessions, and I try to authenticate with the guest account. Every time. Every single time. And you know how often that works? A non-negligible amount of times. Hi, hello, sir, you remember me? You disturbed me on Discord? No one from this chat has ever disturbed me on Discord. It's not possible for you to do... Well, it is... Let me clarify. It is definitely possible for you to disturb me, just in general. I'm disturbed by chat on a regular basis. But, no one in this chat has succeeded in disturbing me on Discord before. Alright, so welcome to our ticketing system. Help. Wait, did Nmap find this? I thought that Nmap said that there was help. Hang on. Oh, we get like a path leak here. Ticket serve, tickets.py. So we actually get a path based on Nmap's testing. It actually managed to cause an error in the application. So it's a Python-based. It is Python-based, so I would expect there to not be any kind of buffer overflows in this, actually, because Python it's not that you can't have a buffer overflow in a Python application, but you'd be more exploiting Python itself than the actual application. Python is managed code and is pretty secure in that respect. Update the ticketing software, open a new ticket, close an existing ticket. Let's try open. Title, KEKW. Description, kecking that W. Is that it? Is that all it is? Hang on a second. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. So we do have KEKW here. Kecking that W. Perfect. Okay. So we can write to this. Can we get like a server-side template injection, I wonder? Close, ticket ID. I bet you we can get like a cross-site scripting. Okay, so that removes it. So let's try open. KEKW. Let's do image source equals A. On error, alert 1. Description. We'll just do a different payload script. The classic script. Alert 1 script. Okay. I'll be goddamned. I mean, I'm as surprised as you guys. That it's actually, is it HTML encoding? Are you kidding me? It is. Holy shit. There is actual HTML encoding going on here. Big brain. No, it's not. That's not going to work like this. I actually found a cross-site scripting scripting on a web application I'm currently working on for my real job, and it involved that you had to do the quotes and escape the tags, and I just reported on that actually, and it was in a hidden field too. They were sanitizing all of the fields that were like displayed on the page, all of the fields that were like in inputs on the page that users could put inputs in were being displayed and were being then reflected back on the page on the next page were being sanitized, but not the hidden fields. There were a bunch of hidden fields that I could change. Oh, there we go. So there's our cross-site scripting. It's on this page though. But do you see how this actually there's actually two, I think. Yeah, there was two. There's cross-site scripting. This is the fake image up here. This first payload up here declares a fake image tag, and then when it doesn't load the image, which obviously there's no image at this path. When it fails to load that, it just pops an alert box. We have not tried SSTI yet. I'm just showing off. I'm aware that cross-site scripting doesn't really get me anything. I'm just demonstrating for chat how you would test for a cross-site scripting vulnerability. Whenever you have input, when do you test for cross-site scripting, chat? Because my goal in these streams is not just to like hack the machine and get root. My goal is to improve your methodology, make you smarter. When do we look for cross-site scripting? Like, in what set of circumstances are you looking for cross-site scripting? Yeah. Whenever, Tiberius is correct, but I would expect Tiberius of all people to know this. Whenever user-supplied input is being displayed on the page. Whenever user-supplied input is being displayed on the page. And it doesn't matter, like, you guys are all saying forms, and that's technically correct, but I've seen cross-site scripting that didn't really involve forms. If you could put user input anywhere in the application, and then anywhere else in the application it is displayed on the page, then you have potential cross-site scripting. Does that make sense? So you should always look for that. Always look for that. In this case, you guys are, Tiberius is correct that it's probably SSTI. So, because this is a Python-based web server, so I would expect probably SSTI. Server-side template injection, which you test for in the same series of circumstances. Okay? If you have, and sometimes, I read a bug bounty one time, bug bounty report of an SSTI in Uber, actually, and it was in the email system. Like, you could... Uber would send you emails, on the back end, and if you changed your username to an SSTI payload, it would get interpreted. So, literally, if you could put user input anywhere, and that application reflects the input back to you, yeah, I know, Uber had a vulnerability. I know. 4565. I am as surprised as you guys. Okay, so we'll do the classic 7x7. There's like an omnibus one that I always forget. It's a bunch of special characters. The classic SSTI injection is something like that. Our SSTI testing payload is something like that. So we do get 7x7 here. That's probably because it's getting encoded. But here, look at that. Why is it 49? Okay, if you say that's what 7x7 is. Okay, I understand, like, math. Okay, math. Okay, it's math. My point is, so websites can use, this isn't just a Python-specific thing. Websites can use what's called templates, and if user input is accepted into that template, you can inject various characters that the template understands. Like the double braces is something that Djinn3 understands. Okay, so this is basically it's basically Python being interpreted.
A hunter must hunt.
Make sure you check the I'll check the source code once we get there. So this it's not like just we can't just put Python code in here and have it execute. We're gonna have to do some other stuff. No, I mean now? How am I checking the source code right now? Oh, you mean right here. It just says 49. I'm unimpressed. I am unimpressed. Why would it say anything different? Do work with the 11 months. Welcome back, my friend. Red Mountain, bringing Who Is Sin into the cult. Welcome, my friend. Thank you so much, Red Mountain. MBVD, O Helixus, Joe Benescu, Duck51, Malware Detected, A-Man V, and Scrawny. Thank you for the follow. If it were CSTI, the original payload be there? Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. Okay. So, we have... So, client-side template injection is a little bit different. That's where it's getting interpreted on the client side. Whereas it's... And that's less interesting. Server-side template injection means that our payload here is getting interpreted by the server. When we try and load this page, the template is interpreted by the server, and the output is displayed to us. Does that make sense? So, we now need to... Let's look up some SSTI payloads. I don't know if there's any kind of filtering happening. So we want Djinn3, I believe. This is the classic Djinn3-based injection. Okay, so this is something I'm looking for here. Let's see if we can get... Let's do this. So, we cannot just execute Python code in here. It's not that simple. Instead, I'm going to try and do my best to explain this as we go. Let's close. Oh, fuck it. We'll just keep open. We'll just open a new one. Open. Let's paste that in. I'll put it in the description too. Maybe there's not enough. Okay. Let's check that out. Okay, open the link. Internal server error. So we're going to get a lot of internal server errors while we test for this. So essentially, we can't access like Python code directly. We need to find a way to execute code, to be clear. We need to find a way to execute code here. We cannot execute Python code directly. But Python, being an object-based language, if you declare... it has ways of... Everything is an object in Python. Every single thing is an object. So, and every object, like, for example, a string, you can see there's an empty string declared here. A string has various classes it's inheriting from. Okay? Has various classes that it's inheriting from. And it's trying to... This payload is trying to get the classes that it's inheriting from. Is that the weird find a function underscore underscore name underscore underscore? Yeah, so the underscore underscore is how Python does private classes. Python doesn't really know private. If you looked at like C# or Java, other object-oriented languages, you'll see that every function declaration is like public, private, is like private static void, or public static void. Like that's and Python doesn't have that. That's because Python doesn't really know what private and public are. Python private classes, I say quote unquote because they're not really private, but the convention in Python, if you want to make a private class, is to do underscore underscore around them, if that makes sense. Okay, so that produced an error. Close 3653. Okay. And, all right, so we're going to have to try a few more payloads here. Jinja. Let's just pare it down to only Jinja payloads. Jinja is a templating engine that's predominantly in Python, or that is used in Python. So this is the one we use. This is the one we used before. We want to dump all the classes, and we want to find which class it is. Or which class. We want to find a class that we can use to execute code. Typically either system or subprocess. Internal server error. Okay. So that's still not working. We could try this now. Just going to try a bunch of these until we get one that works. Try that now. Still get internal server error. Do we know it's Jinja already somehow, or just assuming because it's the most popular? It's Jinja because it's Python. And this is a Flask-based application, which we can tell based on... did I not put batch? I don't think it matters now, but... did it say Flask somewhere? I thought it said Flask somewhere. I thought it said Flask literally somewhere. Maybe in the tickets? But we know it's Python anyway, and Jinja is what I always think when I think Python. So, it said workzug. Oh yeah, workzug is Flask. I forgot. Yeah, you're right. I had it in my head that it was Flask that we were dealing with. Whew. All right. All right. Okay. All right, so we just need to try a few of these until we get one that works. This is kind of just a trial and error sort of thing. We tried this. It might not be subclass 40, though. I don't like these ones that automatically assume. $40 is correct. I mean, is it 40 in every single time, though? Is it 40 every single time? Surely it's not. We don't know that for sure, right? All right. Well, I guess we can try it anyways. It's going to be a lot of trial and error. Close. Open. Test. Let's just put it in the description. Just in case. Maybe it's exceeding the amount of characters that are allowed in the title. Internal server error. Damn it. Close 2903. Okay. One of these is going to work at some point. Yeah, the MRO could be one or not. Yeah, it could be a different index. Again, it's a lot of trial and error getting this shit to work. But eventually it's going to lead to RCE, but it's going to take a little bit of time. I'm looking for a nice list. I guess I could just... Okay, so it's teaching you how to do... It's teaching you... This blog is trying to teach you, like, how we're getting to this payload, how this payload comes about. So yeah, we're accessing the subclasses, and then we pick which subclass is subprocess, and then we execute who am I. Seven times 7, it's actually Jinja? It is, it's definitely Jinja. It's definitely Jinja. It's Python Flask. It has to be Jinja. The question is... OS module. We could try one of these. Just put it in the description. Okay, let's try that. It's a lot of trial and error here. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Looky there. There we go. So we actually do have the OS module here. We actually do have the OS module. Okay. So we do have OS, so we can execute system, I think, using that. So he is... How is he doing this? Oh, this guy. Okay, so this is the OS... Okay, so this is the OS module. And do we os.system from there? Can we just do os.system? 2236... Which payload did it? It was this one. I don't know why that one works and the other ones don't work. Don't ask me. I don't actually know. I just know that with SSTI, it's always a crapshoot. It always feels like it's a ton of trial and error every time. Don't you just love the random people that publish those resources? Oh, absolutely. I love the people who give out free knowledge. Can I do os.system? Who am I? We're not going to get the output of the who am I call, but it'll return an error code if it executes. If it executes, it'll return an error code. Yeah, we could sleep 5. That is something we could do. There we go. Error code 0. Perfect. So by default, os.system returns an error code, not the output. If you want to see the command output, you have to see the... if you want to see the command output, you must use subprocess. You have to use the subprocess.
Always cool to catch a stream.
Hey, good to see you, Shadows Revealed. Thank you so much for the 11 months. Welcome back, my friend. FFC Not Really and Eloco, thank you for the follows. So now you can send reverse shell? We can. Error code 0 means, yeah, it returned an error code of 0 means it executed without error. Okay? Yeah, SSTI is just one of those laborious ones where you just have to try a bunch of stuff, throw a bunch of stuff at the wall. So you can get RCE, but it'll be blind. If we could access the subprocess module, subprocess might be there, but why do we look for it at this point? But if we can access the subprocess module, you can see the output of the command. Or maybe it could be that subprocess has a different or OS Python OS. Let's see if OS has the system method returns an error code, executes a command and returns an error code. But Python OS module. So we have remote code execution. The error code of 0 indicates we do have remote code execution here. Honestly, any error code at all would indicate we have remote code execution. Environ. So we could do os.environ to see the environment variables loaded into the process. 4965. Close. 4965. Test. Oh, open. Open. Test. os.environ. Do I have to... Oh, shit. Environ. What arguments does it want? I'm assuming, like... it's a dictionary. So, I think it'll just list it out. Well, I think it'll just list it out. Right? Let's find out. Let's do it. It's for science. Okay, it gives an error. Okay, I thought it would maybe just print it out, but it didn't. Whatever. We got remote code execution. Do we have is there a different way to execute code in here? Let's look at system. System. Damn it. os.system. popen? Oh. I didn't know OS module had popen as well. The OS module has popen as well. So we can actually just use os.popen. 4965. Open. test. So let's do os.popen. We already had code execution with system. I'm just demonstrating this to give you a little bit better understanding of how it works. Okay, so popen wants, is it the same with as with subprocess? CMD, so it wants a string for the command. So who am I? We'll do the ID command. I think we have to do, can we do shell equals true? The result, the return value is an open file object connecting to the pipe, which can be read or written. This is implemented using so it's the same as subprocess.popen. It's the same as subprocess.popen. So, to actually get the output, how do we get the output? Like, it doesn't really matter. It's a file object. So if we execute, can we just do .read? Can I just do .read? Is that going to work? Let's find out for science. We're learning all kinds of stuff today. Oh, see, Tiberius is backing me up on this. If it's a file object, we should be able to just call the read method on it. There we go. Okay, so now we can see the output. Again, this isn't necessary. This isn't necessary. We had code execution with system. I just thought it was it was cool to try and get the command output if we could. Is that cool? Does everyone understand basically how that works? So the thing with Python is that everything has an object. Everything is an object. Everything is an object in Python, and all objects are inheriting from other objects, except for, like, Python has a handful of, like, base objects that it's using, and every object in Python inherits from those objects. Okay? It's the same as in most programming, object-oriented programming languages. And we are accessing. And because Python doesn't really have private attributes and methods, we can call things with the double underscore to list out like global classes, for instance. Yeah, object-oriented languages are neat. Okay, so we have code execution here. So let's go ahead and get a reverse shell. If you don't understand how that works, feel free to ask in the chat. So let's close 4683. Close 2129. Let me write it in my notes over here. What do we got here? Some SSTI? Yes, we have SSTI in the webpage. So we'll use our reverse shell generator here. This is why I put there we go. So I can see the IP address down here. 192.168.49.83. We'll do 8443. Okay. We'll paste this in over here. Put single... Wait, did it? Markdown is trying to be smart and is failing. Okay. Markdown, please. Or, not Markdown. Obsidian is trying to be smart. Put double quotes here. Okay. There we go. Let's copy that. Okay. Test. So remember, it's only executed. That we're writing into the template here of the page, but it's only executed when we browse to it. So we netcat tech nlvp 8443. We come back over here. Click on this, and there we go.
Hackerman.
I'm in. All right, we did it. All right, does anybody have any questions about how that works before we continue? Anything? Single inside better? It works either way. I've used it both ways. Eloco, it's not better or worse. It works either way. But yeah, Bash does call single quotes different from double quotes. So sometimes that isn't the case. But anything else on Python objects? Python object-oriented programming languages are weird. When do we look for SSTIs? Similar to cross-site scripting. Think about it anytime when you have a potential cross-site scripting vulnerability. You also want to look for SSTI. Python is not the only language in which SSTI occurs. There was a recent Hack the Box machine that had a Java-based SSTI, for instance. There are other templating engines in other languages. PHP also has it. Java has it. So whenever you would test for cross-site scripting, also test for SSTI. So whenever you are submitting user input to a web application, and the web application is reflecting that user input to you, okay? Like not just in like a form, literally anywhere where the web application accepts input that is reflected to you on the page, okay? Think about it. Whenever you're looking at a page and you're seeing something that came from user input, that's what you should, when you should test for SSTI and cross-site scripting. LJ, that's me. Thanks for the 4 months. Belongs here. Thanks for the follow. All right. So we'll do... We'll stabilize our shell here. Control Z. SSTY raw minus STTY raw minus echo. Export term equals X term. 256 color. STTY-A. Rows 41, columns 151. Okay. And I think we're good. I think we're good. All right, let's see what... Do we have any credentials? So we got tickserv, webapp.py. Or cd.tix. Let's look at tickserv. This is the application that we are... this is the application that we're communicating with over the command line. So we're opening a new ticket, and it's literally just writing whatever you put into the file with no sanitization whatsoever. Okay, pretty straightforward. Let's look at the web app. .web. Cat webapp.py. Pretty basic. Pretty basic stuff here, except...
FBI, open up!
So here's the template. Render template string template. So it's taking a ticket ID and rendering a template with that value. So you didn't get me that time, chat. I'm being hardened against the FBI. Okay? Okay, so it is loading. It's loading index. It's ID, title, and status. This is just the base ticketing page. Where are the actual templates being loaded from? I thought that would be in static. Template should be in templates. Yeah, but it's just index.html in there. I mean, I'm just looking where the IDs are being written to. It doesn't matter. The template is index. Like I get what it's doing. It's calling the engine and yeah, it's. I'm just looking for where it's calling. It doesn't matter. I'm looking for where it's calling the templating engine. It doesn't matter. All right, let's just continue with the box. Okay, so we're not in a Docker container or anything like that. Let's look at home. So we have Jack, MZFR, and Saint. We saw Jack referenced on the page. Permission denied. All of these are permission denied, unfortunately. Let's go to /opt, or otherwise known as the passwords directory. Oh, all that stuff is in. All that, the web app stuff is in there. I don't think there's any database on the back end, actually. How do I get started in cybersecurity? You're doing it right now. You're doing it right now. You're already doing the thing. I guess we can look at groups.
Your content helped me to obtain the OSCP. Thanks and keep up the great work.
I'm super glad to hear that, Kim. Hey, thank you so much. Thanks for those 1,000 Tiggle biddies. My goodness. That is so kind of you, Kim. I'm so glad to hear that I was able to help you with the OSCP. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you'll stay in the community. All right, so we do have a local.txt. There it is. So we'll put in... Which one was the one? The Djinn? Oh, the one that says in progress? Probably that one. There we go. So we get the we're halfway there. Maybe. Is Java used in cybersecurity industry because my tool is teaching Java? Yeah. There's lots of apps that use Java. Basically, if that is that your first programming language, malware detected? Is that your first programming language? Like literally learning any programming language for cybersecurity is better than knowing no programming language. I mean, there are some that I would say are going to be more generally useful to you, but it's easier to learn more programming languages once you learn that first one. And Java is a pretty decent language to start with. It's managed. It's easy to read. It has idiosyncrasies that I don't like, but Java and Python are Python I would say is more useful than Java as far as for pen testing purposes, in my opinion. But either one of them is fine to learn. Is just fine to learn. Don't be like George Hotz and be like you need to learn assembly. Okay, all right. I do not recommend starting on assembly. There is a CGI bin directory, but there's nothing in it. Let's look at HTML. We're looking to see if we have any credentials lying around. There is none. I did see something weird. What did you guys see anything weird so far? Before I started actually looking at those, I wanted to look for the basic stuff. But what did you guys see that looked a little weird to you? Python 2 specifically? Yes, only Python 2. You should be coding all of your exploits in Python 2, and then putting them. That keeps anyone from using them. That's the best way to keep people from using your exploits. Is if you write them in an outmoded, shitty language nobody fucking likes. Assembler reverse shell? Nope, not quite. What did you guys see anything that was out of the ordinary? Anything? Nothing? Everything looked normal to everybody. Everything looked normal on the entire machine to everybody. CSS.css. It's just a CSS. We don't care about that. Ah! Wookeen Phoenix. PYC. What is that? That's what I'm trying to get at. I'd noticed that before, but I wanted to look at the basic stuff before I started looking at that stuff. Because that shit looks weird. What is this? What's a .pyc file? Yeah, it's compiled Python. So basically, these are files that are produced by the Python interpreter before the Python script is actually executed. So they're just and they're owned by Saint, I'm noticing. So by a different user. So this is it just says data because it's binary. It's not Python, it is binary. This is compiled. This is basically compiled Python. Okay? This is essentially compiled Python code. When you run Python code, the interpreter converts your Python into binary just like this and then executes it. Okay? For some reason, we have compiled Python code written to the disk here. I don't know why. That's Python 3.8. Okay, so we can actually decompile these. We can do strings. The configuration one seems most interesting. Are there credentials in here? Set the config. See, we're seeing some interesting stuff. JSON Z, temp JSON Z. We're seeing some interesting stuff. Let's try and decompile this. It could be decompiled and reversed back into its traditional format. Decompile .pyc. Okay, so apparently there are just tools online that you can do it. Okay, so let's just download these. Which netcat? Okay, so we will netcat tech NLVP 8444 output to a file, which is going to be the name of the file, which is the config. We'll just do config.pyc. Okay, now we'll come over here and we'll do netcat 192.1 or TACW3 to wait for 3 seconds. 192.168.49.83. That is my IP address on 8444, and we'll pass in .configuration. Okay. We got the file. Okay. Let's get the other one. What was the other one? Syncer. PYC. Okay. Why the wait 3 seconds? Just to make sure you get the full file. For big files, it helps make sure that netcat sends the whole file over. But these are not very big files, so it shouldn't be a problem. Alright, so let's upload these. Proving grounds. What's it called? Djinn3. Config is often more interesting. Okay, so you see we get Python code out of here. We get some some garbage. Set config path. Could not properly parse the config file. So it looks like it's setting some kind of config file. Would you do this with files from clients? Not like on stream, but yeah, not to a public web server. No, not to a public web server. There are tools that you can download that do this as well. That's really what I was looking for. I didn't expect to find one of these online ones that do it. Okay, let's put this in our notes. Not the garbage. Let's skip the garbage. Let's put the non-garbage into my... Okay. Maybe a cron or service uses it. Yeah, it's possible. That's what we're trying to figure out. We're trying to figure out what this stuff is doing. So let's pick a different one. Let's do the sinker this time. Okay, this time we don't get garbage. That's good. Cron job is going to make my work easy peasy. Was FTP open? It's mentioning FTP, but I don't think FTP was open. Oh, it's doing some kind of decompiled from Python 2.7, but it's 3.8 bytecode. Python 2! Why? Sir! Why? I need to get I'm gonna have a Python 2 emote made so that we can mock, so that we collectively can mock these degenerates that are using Python 2 in the year of our Lord 2022. At least it's not an exploit I have to execute. Okay. So it said something about a cron job, which means we want to use pspy from here to see what the cron job is. Pspy is a useful tool to spy on processes in real time in Linux, even as an unauthenticated user. Whenever a new process is started, you'll be able to see the process executing. You'll be able to see its arguments. So this is our traditional way on this stream of finding cron jobs that are running. Python 2 just won't die, dude, I tell you. This degeneracy just will not end. Pspy. Alrighty. So whenever a new process starts, it's going to tell us that a new process is starting. So we're going to wait here and see what interesting stuff happens. TCM-PEH still not updated to Python 3. What's PEH? This is the Cybermentor? The Cybermentor. What is PEH? Practical ethical hacking. I have not actually taken his practical ethical hacking course. If it's in Python 2, he should feel ashamed of himself. What the fuck? I heard Python 2 is the language of Cthulhu himself. You learned fucking wrong. My lord, the Dark Lord Cthulhu's on Python 5. Yeah. They're on Python 5, okay? It's beyond our mortal understanding, okay? Literally, he has ascended. He has ascended. Yeah, exactly. Python 5 Pog. Exactly. Your puny mortal brain understands it as Python 2, but in reality, he's fused. Yeah, it's Python 69. Nice. He's fused Python 2, 3, and 4 into one unified whole. in Python in Python 5. Okay, Python 420. Yeah, exactly. I'm not seeing any cron jobs executing. When is this cron job is executing? Tell me the truth, oh wise one. Yeah, Mortal Brain Seed is Python 2. You literally can't comprehend what you're looking at when you try to look at Python 5. Okay? You literally cannot even comprehend it. Your brain cannot wrap your head around the Eldritch runes. Python 3 uses Unicode. Python 5 is using some fucking like Eldritch runes understood only in the halls of Rillieth. Okay? I see no cron job here. How long do I have to wait? It's Bible bytecode? God, no. It's not the Bible. No. Oh, there it is. Okay, we finally saw something here. Python 3, syncer.py. Home saint.syncer, sync data. Okay, so that's all we need to see, I think. I'm assuming we cannot just read that, but I think it was the decompiled version we saw before. So we can take a closer look at that and see. Yeah, permission denied. So we can't read that. Okay, we can't read that. So we're going to have to look at the decompiled code. So let me get my Obsidian. Teaches the black magics of Python 5. Dude, I can't handle my primitive ape brain literally cannot wrap around Python 5. Like, I literally cannot even understand it. My eyes don't know what I'm looking at. I'm like 5 hours into the 40 hours plus audiobook, The Complete Fiction of H.P. Lovecraft. Dude, I fucking love The Mountains of Madness. That's one. I think that's my favorite work of his. Closely followed by The Shadow over Innsmouth. I love At the Mountains of Madness. It's very, very good. It's a real nice slow burn. It feels like you know what it feels like? It feels like Indiana Jones, but with Eldritch cosmic horror. Okay, what is it doing? Okay, files. Config. -2 equals config. So it's splitting. It's splitting by period, so it's looking for a file extension. Files. Other files is temp. So we cannot write to this, but we can write to this. Okay, so I can see what they're trying to set up for me here. Files equals files plus other files. Okay, so we can write some kind of... Okay, if length files is greater than 2, files equals files. Okay, so it's... If file -2 equals config, so it has to say config in the name, essentially. It has to... The file has to say config in the name. Add the Python into Obsidian. Oh, yeah, I forgot it. Yeah, I can do that. Python. You can do, if you don't know about this in Obsidian, you can actually put, if you have just code that you've copy pasted in here. Okay, so it looks like it needs a date and time. Okay, what does it do? If length files equals files, it's greater than 2. Your vault can be downloaded? It can be, yes. Well, this stuff can't be. Like, my notes on all the boxes can't be downloaded, but the Necronomicon can. This part right here, the Necronomicon, this part can be downloaded. It's on my Patreon. And I update it constantly. You can see that I've got I've added a cloud infrastructure with Azure stuff. This is not yet up there. I'll put it up there. I'll update it today. But I've got a new Azure section in here. And I've got lots of enumeration stuff, Active Directory-based attacks. I've got lots of resources, repos that are really interesting, and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff is available on my Patreon. I'll update it today after I get off the stream. Okay. Is there an example file in temp? That's a good question. Let's take a look-see. We need to figure out what they want. There is not. There is not. Let's look back at the code. Star.json. So it's only looking for JSON files. Are there any JSON files there? There are not. It bothers me that we got garbage. I wonder if we used a different one of these. If we would not get garbage for part of that other file. Uncompile 6. Pip install uncompile 6. Let's just give that a shot. We can't read Saint's home directory at all, so I can't imagine that we're going to be able to read random files in there. It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out based on the source code. Uncompile 6 tac h. How do we use this? Okay. So it looks like we're going to need a Docker container for this. No problem. Maybe we need a Python 2 one. Docker shell here, Python 2.7. Okay, pip install, uncompile 6. Really? Did Python 2 reach the end of its life in 2020? I don't know. Inexplicably, people are still using it. In fucking PSpy. God damn it. CD. Proving Grounds. CD. Djinn3. Okay, we'll do that again. So this is not an actual command. This is aliased in my own zshrc. It's just an easier... It's a quick way of... All this is doing is it's starting a Docker container based on the Python 2.7 image, and it's mounting my current working directory inside of the container. It's just an easier way so I don't have to type out the whole command every single time. Do we need to... let me just show you guys that really quickly, because I know someone's going to ask about it. zshrc cat dot... let's do less.zshrc. Okay. Let's go down to the bottom. Here it is. So Docker shell, I have 2 functions in here. Okay. 2 functions in here. All this is doing is it is running this command. Except it's running it with, it's just running this command right here. And it's, this command is starting a Docker container with bin bash as the entry point. And it's putting my my current working it's mounting my current working directory as a volume inside of the Docker container. Okay? I don't know about Python version 5 yet. Yeah. Yeah. No, we don't. That's true. We do not. No one knows about Python version 5 except for the ancient inhabitants of Rilya. Okay. All right. So let's do pip install uncompile 6. Okay. Now what? Okay, uncompile 6 tac h. Okay, so now we don't get any errors. Okay, uncompile 6, and it's just the name of it. Uncompile 6 syncer.pyc. There we go. So we do get... We had all of this before. Let me just replace this code in here, just in case. I just took the imports out. I don't really care about the imports. All right, let's do the same one for what's it called? Config. There we go. I think we didn't get garbage this time. Yeah, we did not get garbage this time. So now we have a config reader class. Let's just copy the entire class definition. And we'll put it into our notes here. Okay, so now we have the whole source code. I'm glad we did that. Okay. The power of Docker, okay? The power of Docker. Being able to decompile Python 2 without having Python 2 installed. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So let's look back at the code. What do we have here? So here's the JSON.loads. Set config path. Is TCM cert worth it? Yeah, PNPT is a good cert from everything I've heard. The problem with it is it's going to be expiring. They're going to make it starting to expire, so you're going to have to keep it up. Like in full eLearn security style, you're going to have to pay to maintain your certification. Okay, so it looks like it wants a very specific naming scheme. It's going to error out here if it hits an unspecific. It wants a day, a month, and a year. It wants a specific naming scheme for its thing. And then -2 means it's splitting the name by. Okay, so config file. Write a file to /temp with the following. Okay, I'm just going to mark down what it needs. So it needs, in order to not error out, it needs to be a .json file. It must end in .json. Okay. Yeah, it wants config and JSON. That's why I'm writing it down, because this is kind of a weird naming scheme. Okay. Okay, so we're splitting by the period. So the period in the name is going to be split. It's only taking 2 files. It's only taking 2 files. I hope that's not going to come into play. Probably not. Okay, so -2, index -2 is going to mean there needs to be 2 periods in it. Okay, so there needs to be. So let's like when you do like an index of, we'll do like a string, Cthulhu fhtagn, and then you index it to -2. What is this? Which character is this going to return? If you index a string, it's going to return a character and a string. Which character is this one going to return? Yeah, the second to last. Okay, I'm just pointing this out. It needs the second to last. So it's going to be G. It's going to be G. Okay, and I can prove that with by executing Python. -2 G. Okay, -1 is the last character in the string. Okay? -2, and this is a an iterable. So like a list. So in this case, it's the second to last one. So I guess actually there could just be one period. There actually could just be one period. It would just be weird to say, like, it would be weird to be like config.json -2 dot split period -2, because so if this is a string, because it's the file name string, like this would be weird to say because you're just saying it's the same as index 1. Like, so if we do config.json -2, what's this going to return, chat? Or dot split period. That's going to return a list. And what does this return? Yeah, just config. It just returns config. So we're splitting by the period, producing a list of 2 items because there's only one period, and we're just taking. It's the same as saying index 1, index 0. That'd be kind of weird. Yeah, the same as 0. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just weird. You can do that. It's just weird. So the second to last has to be config. It has to be .config.json. Yes. Yeah, I guess so that I guess it's just so that it can tolerate more periods, I guess, is the reason that they're doing that. So it has to be .config.json. Okay? I think. Does that make sense? .config. Yeah, try refreshing, Fantasy. Try refreshing. Yeah, so it has to end in .config.json. We know that much. If file -2 equals config. Okay, and then it wants... Okay, now it wants the first index, and it wants a date. So it wants a day, a month, and a year. Okay. So must start with day, month, year, I think. Does that seem correct to you guys? This is using the datetime library. I think it wants a 4-character year. I think this particular format string of datetime uses 4 characters in the year. Isn't it just comparing the full timestamp? It's trying to set strip time. Yes. If B is less than A, file name equals files. File name equals files. Okay, so it's trying to reorder them. It's trying to make sure it implements the files in the correct order. Okay, I don't think it's gonna matter what order the files are in. Maybe it will. Okay, so this is the config path, and then the read config is we open. Okay, so we have the config reader class. Okay, if FTP in connections, FTP is not open. We don't have SSH credentials, so it's going to be URL in connections. Sync config URL to config output. Where is this sync library coming from? I guess I should have taken the imports. I'm already regretting not copying out the imports. From configuration import star. From connectors. Oh my god, StarCraft is getting way too hard. Hang on, tone it down. A smidge. There we go. We'll do a much more calming song, okay? A much more calming song. Yeah, sorry about that. Very calming. Very calming. Okay, what is it? So we're doing sync from the connectors. Connectors.utils. Let's find out what that's doing. I'm not familiar with that. Yes, Maticus Maximus is triggered. Listen, I put up with this all day yesterday, okay? I basically just speedran the game just to fight the Valkyries with the Zeus armor on to see how it was different. Python to connectors. For those who don't know, this is the Valkyrie theme song from God of War. It's the song that plays when you're fighting the Valkyrie mini-bosses. The hard mini-bosses in that game. Python connectors. I don't know what sync is doing. Connectors.sync. It must be a custom class. Yeah. There must be some custom class. So what is sync doing? Isn't sync an OS method? I guess it could be. Sync, os.sync. Okay, well, it's working with files. That's a good start. Force write everything to disk. Oh, we have arbitrary file write. Okay. So where do we... So I'm guessing we can write a file as the Saint user. Okay. I'm guessing that's what this is doing. Config URL and config output. So it's picking a JSON. So JSON.dumps or JSON load is gonna make a dictionary of keys and values, and this is calling the URL one, and this is calling the output one. Okay, I think I get it. Okay, let's start trying to exploit this. Okay. Okay, Vim. Let's just do it on our host.
Bet.
Blue Squadron with the 24 months. Listen, when are we playing League of Legends? Let's do this. Respond to me on Discord, you degenerate. I don't care if you're teaching some high school students. I don't care. League of Legends. I owe this to my users. Don't put this on me. I reached out to you on Discord and you have not responded. This soundtrack slaps? Dude, I know. God of War 2018 does slap. I sent you a message on Discord saying, hey, let's work this shit out, and you never responded. You still haven't responded. I even put an Office reference in there. Still no response. So it's 100% you, BT dubs. 100% you. I've said like 15 times, I'm trying to. That's why I started. Please respond in Discord. Thanks for the resubscription. Appreciate it. Run PT. Voyraz. By the way, for those who don't know, Blue Squadron is my actual brother in real life. He's also a Twitch streamer, and we've been saying for a while that we're going to do a collab stream where we both play League of Legends. So I'm trying to set that up with him. Reese Robot, Dick Colau, and Caleb Bicknell. Thank you for the follows. Alex Eel, Alexin Drudaniel. Jesus. Drew Daniel. Alexandru Daniel. Thank you for the follow. Cthulhu fought into all of you. I'm sick of chat whining. I'm tired of it too. I want to get it done. Respond to me on Discord and let's work it out. Okay, Kate. Let's just do 01 1969 config.json. That's what it had to be named, right? Yeah, nice. It needed to be ends in config.json. Let's remove this. This is only confusing. And must start with day, month, year. Okay. I think that's right. Is that right, everybody? Check my work. Am I wrong? Was that what it I think that's what it needed to be. We're going to go with that. We're going to see what we get. Okay. All right, so JSON, it wants some JSON data. So the JSON is going to be let's look back at the file that we're exploiting here. Number 6, it's pane 6. It says URL config, so I think it wants a URL in that. Okay. Couldn't parse the config file. Set config path. Okay, so it wants to sync. It said URL, if URL in connections, and I guess it wants a URL in that. Okay, so it wants a URL, and we will host a 192.168.49.83 ID RSA. Actually, it needs to be authorized keys. No, it needs to be a public key. So idrsa.pub, and then we can have it write to an authorized keys. So output is going to be this. This has to be a comma. And the output is going to be home saint dot should be RSA. Yeah, no, it needs to be a public key. SSH authorized keys. Like that. Does that... I think that, based on what we know, I think that makes the most sense. I think it wants URL in here, and it wants the file that it's outputting to right there. Okay, let's try that. We're gonna write a public key to his authorized keys file, and then we'll be able to SSH in. Okay, so we can terminate Kate here. Okay, sudo python. Let's do SSH keygen. Whoops. We'll call it IDRSA. No passphrase. Okay, in real life, you would obviously want to use a passphrase, idrsa.pub. Okay. So we're going to sudo python 3 tac-m, http.server. We'll host it on a web server. We'll copy this. Let's go back over here. wget http://192.168.49.83. Whoops. Okay. So we've got a config file in here. cat01. Okay. So there's our JSON. It is correctly formatted. Did we get it? Okay, no, we should see another request when the cron job runs. We should see another request for IDRSA if we did this correctly.
Hey, listen.
What? Yeah, we wait for the sync. I know we wait. Can you do a little recap of what we're trying to exploit, please? Just got here. Yes. Okay, so the way in was a server-side template injection in the web page. There was a server-side template injection here. You can see how we tested it. We put we could write tickets. We accessed the ticket server and could write tickets to this page. And we exploited a server-side template injection. And now we found some PYC files, some compiled Python files that we then decompiled. That's what you're looking at here. And we're trying to figure out, there's some kind of cron job running that is syncing config files in the temp directory, or that is performing some operations on syncing on config files in the temp directory. This is very impressive, by the way, especially how you take the time to explain. Hey, I don't know how this box is done. What's explaining is really just me speaking out loud, trying to figure it out. Like, I'm just trying to figure out how the box works, that's all. But I'm glad you're getting stuff out of it. That's why we do it, after all. Okay, so we're waiting to see if we're going to get a sync here. So when the cron job runs, we should get a request, I think. Let's see. We should be able to see the cron job running with PSpy here. We still haven't gotten anything, but unfortunately, the cron job is running every 3 minutes. We made a couple of guesses. We made a couple of guesses regarding what the file is doing, but hopefully it's going to make sense. Okay. Any other questions while we're just waiting here? Do we want to do marbles? We can do some marbles. So we don't have to just sit here in silence. You guys seem to love the marbles. This is only for glory today, but we will do Gamba. We will do Gamba. So you will have the opportunity to gamble for channel points if you want to. Okay, we'll check a random one. MS, I don't want to do a raceway. Fuck it. We must stick with random. All right, MSLA Raceway. Okay, hang on. We need the appropriate music. Exclamation point play in chat if you would like to race. Exclamation point play in chat. Where is my music playing from? No, we need some proper music for this, okay? Some proper music. FTL is just not going to be suitable. There we go. Okay. Exclamation point play in chat. Costs you nothing. We do giveaways on this stream fairly frequently, using marbles usually. But today there's no giveaway. We're just going to do a prediction. Let's see. Who should we predict? Do we have... How many people do we have? Do we have at least 69 people? It's not going to be as interesting. I was going to say, are 69 people going to finish? But that's not going to work because this is a raceway. Let's see. All right, let's do... All right, there's a prediction. Okay, will Buttstab live up to his name and finish in the last half of Racers? Will Buttstab be in the last half of Racers when he finishes? Is Buttstab even in the race? He is, yes. He's somewhere here. I saw him. He's in here. I assure you he's in here. Okay. We'll go ahead and get started. It begins. All right, here we go. All right, we're off. We're off. Where is Buttstab? I can't find him. There's too many names. Oreo bite out in front. Scrawny with a burst of speed coming around. Where did all that come from, Scrawny? But he's taking it too wide. He's coming in too wide. Oh my God, Oreo bite has passed him up again. Rolly the Zergling is indeed rolling very fast. He has the Zergling speed upgrade. He's coming in. Oh my God, Who Is Sin is now a player. He's in first place, now a player. But where is Buttstab? Where is our man, our boy? I do not see him at this moment. Oh, there he is. Oh, Buttstab certainly looks like he's in the first half. He looks like he's in the first half to me. Whatever. We're going... It's hard to monitor that far back. Who Is Sin and Scrawny? Scrawny has been playing for first this whole race. But we have 2 laps to go, gentlemen and ladies. Here we go. Get in. Get it. Who Is Sin way out in front. Way out in front. But that speed is working against him because he took that turn a little wide. Scrawny out in front. That Scrawny now taking a sizable lead. A sizable lead here. I don't see where Buttstab has fallen, but we're going to be we'll find out. Oh, Scrawny bumped into the wall there. He's going to slow down a little bit. And indeed, Marha Chimera, Marha Samara has moved up the field. Insomnia EU as well. Oreo Bite also vying for that second place position. Scrawny, though, has been absolutely relentless this race. Scrawny has been consistently leading the pack. Excellent turn there by Scrawny. Oh, he's coming in. Oh, look at that nice tight turn. No, not really, though. He smacks into the wall. Insomnia passes him up. Not really, though. But Scrawny is nothing if not relentless. He's as relentless as he is Scrawny. Where is the speed coming from? How is he so fast all of a sudden? Like, where is it coming? What is happening? Is he boosting harder than everybody else? What is going on? He just seems faster down the straightaways for no reason. Rockman music? This is not Rockman music. This is F-Zero music. Scrawny is just absolutely blowing everyone the fuck out. On the straightaways, he's just faster for no reason. What is going on? How is his marble rolling faster than every other marble? This guy is like breaking speed records. He's out of control. Insomnia EU and RGNK. RGNK appears to be wanting to challenge Scrawny, but he's only got a couple more turns. Oh my God, he's coming in. Is he actually going to pass it up? Oh my God. Is the king going to be dethroned? Oh my God, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close, kids. Scrawny has a lead going into the final straightaway, and it looks like it will be Scrawny in the end. Scrawny and RGNK. RGNK working hard to move up the field, but the real question we're asking is, Buttstab. It looks like the no's are gonna have it on that one. Buttstab not living up to his name. Not living up to his name. He definitely looked like he was in the front half. All right, there were 68. I am so disappointed. Chat. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this, chat? Chat, we've discussed this. This is line 8 behavior. Okay? We've discussed this. This is line 8 behavior from chat. With 68... Did you join the race? I actually didn't. I'm still blaming chat. I'm still blaming chat. I shouldn't have to join the race for us to make 69 people. It was not. It was not. I did not do this. Okay, where's Butt Stab? Okay, where is he? There he is. Butt Stab is 24th. That is definitely in the first half, so the no's have it, kids. The no's have it. Susvarus, 2 years into the streaming. Welcome. God, it's crazy it's been 2 years. Welcome back, my friend, for the 24 months.
Let's go.
Nutty. All right. There we go. All right. All right. Well done, racers. Except for the fact there were only 68 of you. All right, we had it run a whole bunch of times. So did it actually work? Did we get it? We did not get a callback. What did we do wrong? It did not reach out to get our it did not reach out and get our thing there. It did not reach out to get idrsa.pub. So the question is, what did we do wrong? Whatever port you hosting. Well, let's take a look at no, it's port 80. We're hosting it on port 80. It shouldn't need a port, I don't think. Unless there's some aspect to this that I don't understand. Let's take a look. How does it want... I suspect it was something about the JSON format, perhaps. Oh, do you know what it was? I put the output in all caps. Because URL was in all caps, but output... It must be case sensitive. God damn it. Sorry, fellas. I let you down. I let you down, fellas. So, output was all caps. Attention to detail fail there. Attention to detail fail. Okay, so we saved it. We'll post it. We'll host it. Come back over here. RM01. Okay, we'll pull it down again. cat0101 config.json. Now we have output, and I believe it is formatted correctly. Output. Yeah. So with a capital O. Sorry about that, fellas. Sorry about that. One second. I just got a phone call, and I'm just gonna respond. We're not doing Stream Raiders at the moment. We're doing, we are only doing marbles right now. So now we gotta wait and see if it's gonna execute again. Okay. So, unfortunately, we do have to go through that waiting process again. Well, another marbles game it is. Let's give it a second. I think... God damn it, it executed 3 times. I should have checked it while the marbles game was running. We picked a long one. Heartbreaking. What? Okay, so if you're making one of these CTF boxes, okay, and you make the privesc with a cron job, and then you make the cron job execute once every 3 minutes, you're a psychopath. Like, just make it every minute. Like, why should I be waiting for 3 minutes in order for this stupid thing to execute? Alright, we'll do a fast fucking marbles game again. Alright, exclamation point play in the chat. Let me move this over here so if something goes wrong, I can fix it. And hopefully... Alright, it just executed. As is tradition, it just executed just now. And we still didn't get a callback. God damn it. Am I doing something wrong? Did I analyze it incorrectly? God damn it. Alright, I wanted to see 69 people in here. I want to see 69 players this time. Get your asses in here. What's the prediction now? Will there be at least 69 finishers? As in 69 people have to finish the race. Let me see if I can figure out the date. It has to be newer. Maybe we made it a really old date. We'll look at the dates again, I guess. That's probably what it is, if it's anything, because I think we have it formatted correctly this time. So it could be that maybe it has to be maybe it has to be new. We made it old. It was in 1969, so we'll make it a new one now. Let me just do that off stream. It doesn't cost anything to just change the... Just do exclamation point play if you want to chat. The thing is, I don't want us to miss the window again. We'll make it... we'll just make it modern day. So 9 October. So 09, 10, 9 October, 2022. .config.json. Okay. Go back over to the... We'll start the race here in just a second. I just want, while the race is running... While the race is running, I want to try and get the... So it's going to be 9, 10. Oh, not 1969, 2022. Okay. Config.json. Okay, so we'll see if that one works. See if we get... Okay, we'll see if we get it that time. All right. Let's start it. Oh, shit. The music. Quick. All right, here we go. Oh my God, they're off to the races. Ted. Oh my God, they're so fast. Oh my God, Agrath. Agrath going into fucking orbit. Bryce RL. Oh, it's not. Oh man, there I go. Oh man, it's not looking good for the believers. It is not looking good for the believers right now. M. Costa. Oh my god, what is happening? So I don't even know what's happening. It's hard to follow. Oh my god, it's hard to follow what is happening. How do I comment on this? Tiberius! Tiberius somehow makes it in. He somehow hacks the mainframe. Jesus. So there, it was a bloodbath. Like 5 people finished. So that is less than 69. Notably. So it's not looking good. It's like, honestly, Tiberius somehow just blitzed straight into the finish, into the finish, like, box. I don't even know how that happened. Oh, but it's the race record. Okay, it's not Tibbs. Tibbs isn't even playing right now. 11 people. Okay, I don't know how many people there were. But so it's the nose. The nose have it. Choose prediction. The nose. There you go. All right, let's see if we got it this time. Hey, there we go. idrsa.pub. This time they pulled down. Okay, so it was the date. It had to be a newer date. My bad. I missed that part, apparently. It looked like it was just executing them in order. I didn't think the order would matter. Okay. All right, let's get the music started again. Okay, so we do have... So we're finally in a saint, I think. So we can SSH, TAC, IDRSA, saint at whatever the IP address of this shit is. Oh, shit. Are we even going to finish this? I think we might be coming up on our time limit. Oh, we need 52 minutes. We have 52 more minutes to root this box, okay? We have 52 more minutes. We have to buckle down. Okay, we're saint. Good. We're in as saint. Okay, we're in there. Any questions about any of that? I'm going to try and move at a little bit of faster clip because there might be other users we have to go through. And we want to make sure that we move quickly, just to make sure we get it done. Privesc was really easy once you find it. Okay, that's good to know. Sudo tac L. Hopefully there's not another one like that. So we do see no pass. We can execute as root, add user. So we can't execute. We can't add a sudo user. And we can't add an admin user. Well, let's go to GTFO bins at any rate. GTFO bins. It looks like we can just add another user on the machine. Okay. GTFO bins. Add user. We cannot add a root user. Okay. So add user lets us create a user, obviously. Let's see. We can't run we can't run sudo, and we can't create an admin user. Not ass user. Oh boy. Chat's gonna enjoy that one. Okay. Add a system group. Add a user group. Cat. Yes. Ask you. Yes. Have your fun, chat. Enjoy yourself. So is there anything stopping me from making like UID? I guess we can't set the UID, I don't think. But can we set the group ID to 0? Like, I'm only saying that because it looks like you can add user tac group. It doesn't look like it has a UID option, but it looks like it has a GID option. Let's just try that. Let's do sudo add user tac GI is it tac GID? Tac GID. GID 0 test. Do a test user. Enter password Cthulhu. Cthulhu. Doesn't matter. Okay. There is a UID option? Okay, well that seems to have worked. Let's see if we can do a tac UID 0. Cthulhu, I guess. UID 0 is already in use. So we can add it to the root group. So we're in the root group now. I don't suppose I can just access /root. Damn it. So we can add it to the root group, but yeah. So Jack. So that didn't really get me anywhere. Oh, suit. Oh, you're right. Suit test. Good call. Thank you. Suit test. Cthulhu. Okay, so we're test. Permission denied. So we still can't get in. We can read and execute. Maybe we can create something else in the MZFR group. Okay, let's do exit sudo add user tac GID 1004 MZFR2. Very creative. Oh my god, it's lagging. Please stop lagging. MZFR2. MZFR2. Just enter through all that stuff. And su MZFR2. Okay. Okay, so we can read his directory now. But there's nothing in it. So, I guess we'll do Jack next. Jack. So, do a container escape. We're not in containers. Tac. What is Jack's GID? 1003. Sudo add user tac GID 1003. Jack2. 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 Su Jack2. Jack2. Okay. CD Jack. So the reason we're doing this is because we see that the people in the same group as Jack have read permissions to the home directories. So I'm just trying to read the other home directories. We do have a bash history here, but it is empty. Yeah, we can't even read it anyways. Can't you just do it on root? Root apparently does not have... I thought we might have access to the root directory, but we cannot do that. I find it hard to imagine there isn't a straightforward way to escalate with the root group permissions. Like, I feel like... I mean... Like, there might be a way, but this is so unusual. It's so unusual for me to have this. There was no add user. We created with the root group permissions. There's got to be a way. Like, we can probably write to some, like, if we do like ls-tech-la bin bash, maybe we can see we can read, like, the group has, we need to find out what the group has read access to or can write to. Okay. So we're in the root group. We are in the root group. Yeah, we can do a find, but it's going to produce a lot of stuff. It's basically everything on the system. Why can't we read directories of root group with test2 user? Because we don't have... I don't know why. I mean... Well, /root... ls-tech-lad/root. The only, like, the root group has no access to the /root directory. If you can write to etc passwd, I don't think I can. Yeah, we have read. We still have read access, but we actually do have read access to etc shadow. Wait, what? It says we have read access. Oh, the shadow group. Whoops. Is there, like, does the shadow group, can you add someone to the shadow group? There is no, no, I already checked if we could add a bit to bin bash. We cannot. Oh, did I? There. I put etc groups instead of group. Yeah, there is a shadow group. It's group 42. So it's number 42. So we can add user attack GID 42 shadow 2. Shadow 2. Shadow 2. Okay, Sue, Shadow 2. Cat, etc shadow. Okay, so we actually can read the shadow file. But these are SHA-512 hashes. Probably not going to crack. We can still try. Saint at 10.168, 992.168.83.102. 83.102. etc passwd. Okay. And then we have to do shadow 2. That's the shadow. Okay, we take the shadow. So now we have to run unshadow. Unshadow passwd. Shadow. Okay. Output that into shadow.crack. And it's John. Shadow.crack. It's probably not going to crack. These are SHA-512 hashes. Why won't they crack? SHA-512 is very, very slow. Like, we're cracking right now. It's just extremely slow to crack. ATRT7 and Ryan JYYC, thank you for the follows. On a long enough timeline, they might crack if you just wait. I mean, in theory, they're definitely going to crack. It just might take so long that the heat death of the universe might happen first. Like, you know, so that doesn't really help us out. Yeah, I'm not going to use Hashcat. It's going to, again, it's not going to be much quicker, and it's going to, too many times does Hashcat crash the stream on me. Because it fucks around with my graphics cards, and, wait, did that work? Oh no, it just cracked Shadow 2. Okay, well, it'll probably crack all this. Whatever. Okay, so if that's not meant to crack, it's probably not going to crack. Well, we do have these other users. Can we at least see if they have sudo permissions? Exit. Cat Etsy sudoers. Permission denied. Is there one of our other users that can read it? The root group actually has access, so we can su test. Cat Etsy sudoers. Okay, perfect. All right, let's see what sudoers we have. Members of the admin group are root, but we cannot do admin group. We can't do root group. Members of the admin group. So, cat Etsy group. It said members of the admin group. So, which group is the admin group? There's an ADM group, but I don't see an admin one. There's a group sudo to execute any command. Is there a sudo group? I don't think we can add people to the sudo group. There is a sudo group. It's group 27. But let's give it a shot. Sudo add user attack GID 27 sudoer it's allowing it. There we go. And there we go. There we're root. There we go. Any questions about that, chat? A little bit unusual. Little bit unusual there. But we got there in the end. We just had to read the sudoers file. Turns out they had some wonky permissions for the sudoers file. Can you go through that one more time? Yeah, I can. I wasn't sure if it was going to work or not, so I don't want to start explaining stuff if I don't know if it's going to work, really. So, okay, so, we'll go back to Saint. We're Saint now, again. So, if we do sudo attack L, you're seeing that it's not letting us add. It's not letting you execute a command in this particular format. So if we do sudo add user test2 sudo, yeah. So we're not allowed to execute that command, but we can add a user to that. This is how a lot of times you add a user to that's a part of a group. But there's this. But add user has this tac GID option that lets us add it to this. If we go into Etsy group, if we go into exe group and we look for the pseudo group, which is right here, we can see the pseudo group is GID 27. GID 27. So we can execute the command that will add a user to GID 27, which is the sudoers group. And then if we were to let's go to su test. And we see that the sudo group is actually allowed to execute any command as root. Does that make sense? That was kind of a cool privesc. A little bit unusual. I had to think outside the box for that one, so I liked it. Any questions about that? What's the rating of this machine? It was hard on Proving Grounds. Proving Grounds tends to have a little bit easier of a learning curve. A little bit easier on the Proving Grounds side than it is on the other platforms. All right, does anybody have any questions? What the fuck? What is this? Apparently, Jason can execute. So the Jason, there isn't even a Jason user. Yeah, there is not a Jason user. Did I just skip the end? Yeah. So this was one of those. So way back at the beginning of the box, they mentioned some users that needed to be removed. So it looks like they removed Jason, but they left him in etc pass w in the sudoers file. And then Jason was allowed to do apt get, I think. Yeah, here you go. So he's able to run apt get. It's probably just, we can just get it to install a malicious package. So if the binary is allowed to run super user, so we can do sudo apt get, changelog apt, and then this will open up, I think, vi. This will open, oh no, it'll open up less or more, probably. It'll open up more, and then you can escape from it. So we can do that really quickly, I think. Sudo, let's go back to Saint. So we can add someone to the Jason group. Sudo add user Jason. Whoops. Sudo add user. I can't type. Jason. User Jason does not exist. Jason. Okay, Sue, Jason. Okay, so now we're Jason. Sudo tac l. Okay, so now we can run apt get. So we can do this. So this is going to open up more, I believe. Oh, it's not going to work. It can't connect to, shit. It can't connect to the... It's not connected to the internet, so it's not going to be able to connect. So how do we... Shit. Option C worked. Oh, pre-invoke. Okay. Okay, woo. That's good. Let's do that. There we go. So we're root. Any questions about that, chat? It looks like we skipped the ending there, the very ending. We got another one, though. We got to show off GTFO bins. And you saw me escalate the other way, too. Looks like that was unintended. Rissy, thank you for the follow. Okay, anyone have any questions from today? Anyone have any questions? How does pre-invoke work? It means execute this command before... It means essentially execute this command before you start the update. Or before you start updating. Paffit, thank you for the follow. apt-get is what you use in Kali and in Debian-based distros. It's the package manager. So it's how you install new software on your system. So it's kind of like you're kind of saying to the command, hey, before you execute this update, execute this command. That's basically all it is. All right, who are we rating today? Feel free to keep asking questions. I'm not going to run straight off right away. We'll be back on Tuesday. We're going to be doing another giveaway on Tuesday. I've got some Try Hack Me. We're going to be doing Try Hack Me on Tuesday, and we're going to be giving away some vouchers. I think I have some 3-month vouchers to give away on Tuesday. So we got another giveaway coming on Newbie Tuesday of this week. So get up for that. From last stream, why can you only Kerberos service accounts? You can Kerberos any account that has a service principal name set. So when a service principal name is set, that tells Kerberos that hey, things are going to be able to access. Things are going to need to access service tickets, and we don't want to be. Service accounts often have to log in constantly, all the time, and without submitting a password. So instead. So instead of forcing the service account to log in every single time, which produces network congestion, and it also forces the password to be kept somewhere by the service, which is not secure, not necessarily secure. Instead of that, Kerberos just says, okay, we'll give anyone a service ticket, and you can't use it unless you're not going to be able to use the service ticket. Unless you're actually running as the service, and you have the password hash decrypted in the first place. So we'll just give out service tickets for all of these for these service accounts, so to anything with a service principal name set, you can extract a service ticket. The service ticket is not useful to you except to crack it. How to make a PowerShell script like PowerUp undetectable by AV. Undetectable is undetectable and like FUD. I think they say FUD. What do the skids say these days? FUD. Fully undetectable. That's not a thing. It's not a thing. Real red teamers never say that. It's not a term that anyone uses in the real red teaming world. Fully undetectable doesn't exist. Okay. What you're referring to is how to obfuscate it. Look up invoke obfuscation on GitHub. Invoke obfuscation is a fantastic tool for automatically obfuscating PowerShell scripts to get past AMSI. It's what I've used in the past. What do you use to write your pen test reports? Microsoft Word. At my current job, we do have indeed have like an automated tool, but it's a custom in-house one, built in Python and Flask. I use Shelter to get Bitdefender bypassed. Yeah, there are plenty of tools online that will help you with AV evasion by automatically obfuscating your payloads and stuff. I wrote one. It's available on my Patreon if you want it. Reanimator is written in NIM. It takes shellcode, a PE, a portable executable, a .exe file essentially, or a .NET assembly, and will obfuscate it for you. It's my custom obfuscation. Any tips for beginners? Start learning and get in Discord. Join cybersecurity communities in Discord and participate. Participate in CTFs. Make friends in the Discord. Use my Discord for that if you want. Thank you, Maticus, for posting that. My Discord is a great community for that stuff. Basically, any cybersecurity community out there that's worth its salt is going to be very welcoming to beginners and very friendly to beginners. The earlier that you get into this stuff, get into the collaborative aspect of cybersecurity, the better off you're going to be. I deeply recommend. Deadface CTF is coming up. Oh, fantastic. Participate. There's CTFs going on all the time. Participate in CTFs. Start with Try Hack Me if you want to get your hands dirty. If you want to start getting your hands on and learning stuff. Start learning Try Hack Me. Try Hack Me is good for beginners. That's what I would recommend starting there. God, no one ever streams on Sunday except for me. I am the only person. Link to your Patreon. It's just patreon.com/allhazred. My cheat sheet is also available on there. We call it the Necronomicon, in keeping with my branding. God, nobody is streaming. We're not raiding Amaranth, chat. Before you bring it up, we're not raiding Amaranth. I did that one time for funnies. Doing it, if you do it a second time, it's a pattern. We might just... I like to raid small streamers. If I can't find a good streamer to raid, I'll just raid Rena. Or Rinja. Because I like to watch... When I watch streams, I usually watch really small streams. Some FTL streamer. Ooh, that's good. I like to raid small... I like to watch small streams when I actually watch Twitch. Oh, hard no pause. We talked... This is guy doing hard no pause. Let's do FTL. We'll stream up. We'll raid Necro Rebel here, and you can see how hard no pause is so ridiculous. I can't even imagine. I've played a lot of FTL. I can't imagine doing hard no pause. That is madness. I really can't imagine doing that. Like, if you haven't played FTL, I understand you don't have any reference frame. Hard no pause is bafflingly hard to me. FTL is a very difficult game. Yeah, even if you're using pause. FTL on hard requires you to be very, very good at decision making. It is very difficult, especially with some of the ships are easier than others. Like the basic Kestrel is pretty easy. It comes with a burst mark too. And also the one ship that has stealth and the glaive beam is pretty fun. That one's actually not one of the stronger ones. Lanius A is also one of the best ones. Lanius A is probably one of the best ones. That one is just that one's pretty easy. But yeah, we'll go ahead and raid Necro Rebel so you guys can see how ridiculous hard no pause of FTL is. Liquid Warden and the Beast FC and Jay Miller, thank you for the follows. I'm a full flak no pause gamer. Dude, 4 flak ones is... You don't always get handed... That's the thing, it's a roguelike. You don't always get handed 4 flak ones. If you do, it's real easy. Where did you say? It's on my Patreon. Thank you guys so much for being here. We'll be back on Tuesday doing giveaways and Try Hack Me. I got a new YouTube video this week coming too with some Python hacking. Go to bed tonight knowing a little bit more than you did yesterday. See you guys again when the stars are right. RGNK, thanks for the follow. Have a good night. Stay safe.